Today, I want to walk you through a really personal journey. It's a story about living with chronic pain, but it's more than that. It's about a huge shift in how you see it. Going from fighting this thing like an enemy to learning how to see it as a kind of companion. So let's just start with this question. What's it really like? I mean, for those of us who don't have to deal with it, it's kind of this abstract idea, right? But for so many people, it is this constant, unwelcome thing that shapes literally every single moment of their day.
And boom, there it is. That's how the day starts. Not with an alarm clock, but with this searing, immediate reminder that the pain is there. I mean, just that one image makes it so real, you can almost feel it. And that's the start of the day, every single day.
So yeah, let's start right there, with that daily grind. What does it actually mean to live with this thing, day in and day out?
See, this is the thing that's so tough. The world, it doesn't stop for your pain. The bills keep coming. You still have to show up to work. You still have to be there for your family. You don't just get to call in sick from being a dad, right? You have to perform. You have to push through, even when every single step is a battle.
But the physical hurt, that's really only part of the story. The real cost, the hidden cost, is what the pain is quietly taking from you, piece by piece, over time.
And just look at this. This is what's so exhausting. You got this public performance, you're joking around, you're walking like everything's totally fine. But then there's the reality behind the scenes, the limp that only comes out when you're alone, that feeling of just feeling smaller, weaker. And probably the most heartbreaking part, promising your kids you'll play soccer later, knowing that later might never actually come. That's a heavy, heavy weight to carry.
And that right there, that just says it all, doesn't it? It's not just about the ache or the sharp sting. It's about what gets stolen. The joy, the spontaneity, the person you feel you're supposed to be. That's the part that really breaks you down.
So what are we really talking about? What's being stolen? Well, it's your sense of who you are, your identity. It's your pride. It's how you connect with people in your relationships. And maybe most of all, it's that feeling of having control over your own body. I mean, these are huge, fundamental losses.
Okay, but this story is not just about what's lost, because there's a turning point. There's this moment where the whole approach just flips. When fighting, it turns into something totally different.
For so long, the strategy was the one we've all heard, right? Man up. Just ignore it. Pretend it isn't there. This idea that real strength means you just shut up and you don't complain.
But here's the wild paradox of it all. The thing nobody tells you is that trying to ignore the pain, that's what's actually draining all your strength. You're fighting this impossible war against your own body, and it's a war you can't win. It just chips away at who you are. So, a new playbook for strength starts to take shape. And it starts with just being honest. Step 1, stop pretending. Then you get curious. Step 2, start learning about your body, about what it's telling you. And from there, you gain some wisdom. Step 3, respect your limits instead of just crashing through them all the time. And all of that, it leads back to the main goal. You start to regain control. And when you have that new definition of strength, you start to live in a new reality, one where you're not a victim of your pain anymore. You're actually the one leading it.
This is it. This is the whole mindset shift in one sentence. You go from this passive state, where the pain is just dragging you around, to an active one. You're in the driver's seat now. You're the one setting the terms.
So what happens when you make that switch? Well, you start moving with awareness, not just reacting to the pain. And believe it or not, you actually show up stronger in your life because you're not wasting all that energy on a fight you can't win. You get to live a more balanced life, and most importantly, you get that feeling back of being in control. This is such a powerful way to look at it. The goal was never to magically become pain-free, because that's not always realistic. The goal was to find purpose again. The pain might still be there on the walk with you, but now every step is a choice. It has meaning. And that kind of leaves us with a big question to think about, doesn't it? I mean, this whole story is about physical pain, but the lesson here is for all of us. We all have things we fight like an enemy. So what is it in your life? A challenge, a fear, something that feels impossible, that you could stop fighting against, and maybe, just maybe, start leading instead?